The impacts of violence really manifests itself in many different ways. It could range from physical, social, somatically, which is in the body. If it's impacting somebody somatically, they could be hyper-aware, hyper-vigilant. Maybe it's manifesting in isolation. Therapeutically, the task is to really just understand how can we be of assistance in helping in the individual's way of life. Specifically with regards to the CCVS grant, we provide mental health therapy that specializes between addiction counseling, mental health therapy, as well as somatic psychotherapy, with a lot of focus working with victims of crime and, helping individuals process, really severe traumas. In putting together this collaborative of therapists, it was really important for me to make sure that we had a trauma focus, but more specifically that, all of my therapists were therapists of color, to be able to do this specific work in our community.
All of our therapists of color, come from different cultural backgrounds, and our main goal is to provide services to people that need it, to people that haven't had access before, or people that have a mistrust of the healthcare systems. We're able to relate to you in a way that may not be possible in other places. And an example is being able to have therapy in the same language that you speak, or the language you grew up speaking and your family continues to speak. So being able to express yourself in that way, it's liberating and creates a better connection.
Myself, one being Afro-Latina, and I have several therapists that are either African-American, Latino, Asian Pacific Islander, or LGBTQ identifying. We are specifically touching in those areas so that way when somebody's coming in for therapy, they're sitting across the room from somebody who looks like them. What we found is that has allowed people who are either, again, historically not accessing or under-accessing mental health. We are bridging the gap in promoting mental health compliance in ways that really hasn't been seen in communities of color. And so it's really awesome to be able to provide culturally specific services, to be able to be more support to individuals who are victims of crime. What makes a little bit of our approach a little bit different is, initially, yes, it is mental health, but there is also a flavor of case management. And case management really allows us to look at the whole person. Are you safe? Do you have a place to stay? Do you have access to clothing? Are financial services okay? Do you have food? Are your kids okay? And I'll say a lot of the beginning steps, especially with somebody who has a fresh incident, by touching on those more immediate things that people need, especially when it comes to safety.
The change of perspective in the mental health field with a lot of our communities, that stigma goes generations, and is also being taught to new generations that you shouldn't talk about just bad things that happen to you, and you shouldn't tell your family secrets to anyone else. So being able to see that perspective change, being able to have this growth, this emotional growth, and being able to process this trauma that hasn't been touched for years, since perhaps childhood, it's just, you can see the change in their lives. You can see the way that they behave in their job, the way that they look at their future goals.
With the work of therapy, we're also able to help put in protective factors that promote resiliency and healing. These are the things that are promoting the reduction in the re-victimization, because these people feel empowered, they're feeling reconnected, they're reintegrating more fully, not just in personal relationships, but social relationships, workforce, experiences, just all the way around. And so it's just promoting a really curative process for these people. My goal is to just make sure that we are re-narrating mental health in communities of color, and that it's not just something that's not okay for us to do, but it's absolutely something that we all deserve to do.